Welcome to another episode of the Divorce Lawyers podcast, brought to you by DivorceLawyers.ca, your trusted source for family and divorce law guidance in Ontario. I'm Deepa Taylor. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that has become increasingly common in recent years: separating while still living together. Whether it's due to financial constraints, the need to co-parent, or simply because finding alternative living arrangements takes time, many couples find themselves in the challenging position of ending their marriage while still sharing the same home. Now, this is a complex situation that can be emotionally taxing and logistically difficult, so today, I'll be guiding you through some key considerations and strategies to help you navigate this period with as much ease and grace as possible. We'll discuss practical tips for setting boundaries, managing finances, and maintaining a peaceful environment for everyone involved, especially if there are children in the home. So, let's get started. First things first, boundaries. When you're living together but no longer a couple, it's crucial to establish clear boundaries to avoid unnecessary conflicts. These boundaries should cover a variety of aspects, from physical space to emotional interactions. One effective strategy is to designate separate living spaces within the home. If possible, allocate individual rooms or areas where each person can retreat and have some personal space. This might mean one person takes the master bedroom, while the other uses a guest room, or even the living room. It's about creating a physical separation that helps reinforce the emotional one. Emotional boundaries are equally important. This includes having clear discussions about how you will interact with each other, whether that's limiting discussions to necessary household matters or setting times when you both agree to engage in more in-depth conversations about the separation. Respect is key here. It's about understanding that you're both going through a difficult time and need space to process your emotions. Next, let's talk about communication. It might seem counterintuitive, but effective communication becomes even more critical when you're separating while still living together. Without it, small misunderstandings can quickly escalate into major conflicts. One tip is to set regular check-ins. These are brief meetings where you discuss household responsibilities, any changes in living arrangements, and how you're both coping with the situation. It's also a time to address any issues that have come up without letting them fester. These check-ins should be scheduled at a time when you're both calm and can approach the conversation rationally. Another strategy is to communicate with a focus on practical matters rather than emotional ones. This means discussing finances, childcare, and household duties without delving into the emotional aspects of your separation during these discussions. If emotions do come up, it might be best to table them for a separate time when you're both prepared to deal with them. One of the trickiest aspects of separating while living together is managing your finances. It's important to have a clear plan in place to avoid any confusion or resentment. This might include setting up separate bank accounts, agreeing on who pays which bills, and keeping a transparent record of all financial transactions. Consider drafting a financial agreement that outlines each person's responsibilities during this transition period. This document doesn't have to be legally binding, but it should be detailed enough to cover all essential expenses like mortgage or rent, utilities, groceries, and any costs related to children. Having this agreement in writing can prevent disputes down the road. And don't forget about long-term planning. While it's crucial to handle day-to-day expenses, you should also consider how you'll manage larger financial decisions, such as selling the home or dividing other assets. Consulting with a financial advisor or a divorce lawyer can be very helpful in this stage. If children are involved, co-parenting while living under the same roof presents its own set of challenges. The key here is to maintain a consistent and united front for the sake of your children, even if your relationship is ending. Start by setting a schedule that clearly defines when each parent is responsible for the children. This schedule should include not just day-to-day activities, but also who handles school drop-offs, extracurricular activities, and bedtime routines. Consistency is crucial for children, especially during a time of upheaval. Another important aspect is communication with your children. Be honest with them about what's happening, but keep it age-appropriate. They don't need to know all the details, but they do need to understand that both parents still love them and will continue to be there for them. It's also a good idea to create a neutral zone in the house, a place where both parents and children can spend time together without tension. This could be the living room, kitchen, or even a backyard space. The goal is to have an area where the family can interact normally, despite the ongoing separation. Let's not forget about emotional well-being. Living together while separating is incredibly stressful, and it's essential to take care of your mental and emotional health during this time. Self-care is vital. Make sure you're taking time for yourself, whether that's through exercise, meditation, or simply enjoying a hobby that helps you relax. If things become overwhelming, consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor who can help you navigate your emotions in a healthy way. Another important aspect is maintaining a positive mindset. While this situation is far from ideal, focusing on the end goal, reaching an amicable separation, and eventually moving on, can help you stay grounded. Remember, this is a temporary phase, and things will get better. Lastly, let's touch on some legal considerations. While living together during a separation, it's crucial to understand how your actions might affect any legal proceedings down the road. For example, the date of separation can impact the division of assets and debts, so it's important to have a clear understanding of when that occurs, even if you're still under the same roof. Documenting this date and any agreements you've made can be helpful. It's also important to consult with a divorce lawyer early in the process. For personalized guidance, please consult one of our family lawyers by visiting DivorceLawyers.ca. We can provide you legal advice on how to protect your interests during this period and help you avoid any legal pitfalls. In closing, separating while still living together is undoubtedly challenging, but with careful planning, clear communication, and mutual respect, it is possible to navigate this difficult period successfully. Remember, this situation is temporary, and there are resources and support available to help you through it. Thank you for joining me on the Divorce Lawyers podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with others who might benefit from this information. And as always, if you have any questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to us at DivorceLawyers.ca. Until next time, take care, and remember, you're not alone in this journey.